Hi guys, welcome back to Dr. Somji's Skincare channel. Today, Munir and I are going to be talking about our night recovery cream.
I love a good night cream.
At night, your skin needs time to heal and recover from the day.
Sleep is a recovery, and it's recovery for your skin. But more importantly than that, the skin functions a little bit more better in the nighttime. So it's more active. So that's where you want to be trying to actually put like more active ingredients, things that might build collagen, help repair skin barriers, that sort of thing. This is probably one of the main reasons why we looked at it, but it's also a nice time to treat your skin as well.
Of course.
So why do you need the night cream?
For me, the main thing is hydration. My skin feels super thirsty by the end of the evening.
My skin tends to get a little bit more oily during the day, but before I put any creams on, obviously before I go to sleep, I'm going to cleanse my skin.
Of course.
But during the day, you've got a lot of what I say environmental insults.
Yes.
Things like pollution, damage to the skin, UV damage, all of these things, even stress signals on the surface of your skin. It is possible to reduce that and also repair that. And that's why night creams are really important, because they help negate all of those bad things that happen during the day and also help treat yourself at night as well.
This night cream is an airless jar and it's got a very clever little pump. So there's a little pump in there. When you press it, it pumps out just the right amount that one would need for their whole entire face and neck. The reason why we went for this type of pump is because it's quite unhygienic to stick your fingers into a jar of cream. So it's just purely to keep it hygienic. And also the other reason why we've got the pump is obviously just to give people an indication of exactly how much you would need for your whole entire face and neck.
I love it, to be honest. I use it during the daytime as well.
Yeah.
It's really nice, especially if I've sort of just shaved that day or trim my beard.
It's nice and soothing, isn't it?
Soothes everything beautifully. Really luxurious as well.
It's got lovely texture. It's a little bit more on the thicker side, but it settles in really nicely and it doesn't feel clumpy on the skin.
No, it doesn't.
And you can't feel it sitting on your skin like you can with certain creams as well.
Yeah, really nice. So let's talk about ingredients, because you contributed a lot to the ingredients within the night cream as well. There were a couple of things that you really wanted to include. So you wanted to include the hyaluronic acid, which is probably at the base of most creams nowadays. But more than that, for the skin barrier, you wanted to include Squalane. Talk to me why you love Squalane.
Love Squalane because I find it very, very hydrating. I like the way that it applies onto the skin. It has a very nice texture to it.
Yeah, and it's, for people with slightly drier skin or impaired skin barrier, it's fantastic.
It's just that little bit more hydrating than hyaluronic acid, in my opinion.
Yeah, and I think combining both of them really works quite well. Kind of the normal things that you have, obviously you've got glycerin and cetearyl alcohol, which you do find in a lot of hydrating creams. But we decided to put Squalane much higher up on the INCI list and as our chief barrier ingredient in this, which works really, really well. And then you got cetearyl olivate as well, which is kind of like olive oil derived and stuff, which is fantastic.
So all of these ingredients, they go hand in hand, and once you combine them together, it just gives you such a nice, it just glides on, doesn't it?
Absolutely. The other thing that I've always talked about is like the sandwich method of retinols. So everyone wants to put retinols on at night, and that's absolutely fine because the skin's functioning at that time. Actually, most of the time, you can't use such a high concentration, because when you're using a high concentration retinol, you then need to either use like a hyaluronic acid before a moisturizing cream after your retinol serum.
Yeah, because
so
it
like
could
a
be
sandwich.
quite harsh for your skin.
Exactly. So, but we wanted to put in a high strength retinol, which we have managed to do within this product at 7%. Sounds really high, but it's encapsulated. So it's the latest in technology that essentially just deposits the retinol deep in the lower levels of the skin, so it doesn't irritate the surface at all. And again, we've done studies to show that this doesn't irritate the skin.
Yeah,
in fact,
it's just a slow release, isn't it?
So you're getting all those benefits that you get, that you see in clinical studies about retinol, but much higher. But at the same time, you're then hydrating, which is fantastic. Then you've got things like naringenin extract, which are great antioxidants. And like we said, we've constantly got oxidants in our face, even from the atmosphere, like we talked about with the pollution alone. So you want to really be targeting something in the night time. One ingredient that we've always talked about is the Indian gentian extract. And you particularly liked it because of the regenerative capability. Because, hey, that's one thing we want to do at night is repair wrinkles. So boosting collagen, and that's one of the most highest.
Yeah, and it goes. I guess it goes hand in hand with the retinol as well, right?
Absolutely. So retinol is going to help patients that have even like an impaired skin barrier and have acne, but also patients that are wanting to fight the signs of aging, improve collagen, improve fine lines and wrinkles. We all want to do that.
So we've also included the plankton extract.
Absolutely. I mean, I was really excited to include this as an ingredient. It's kind of microalgae that actually combat something that's not really thought about. So throughout the day, we get an increase in stress signals within our skin. And that leads to things like inflammation, sensitivity, even things like pigmentation and things later on down the line. So these microalgae actually restore your natural circadian rhythm within your skin. So it just enhances the fact, and it makes your skin believe, yes, that you are going to sleep. So it enhances all of those positive effects of the restorative sleep time that you have within your skin. In today's day and age, when we've got like blue light on our face, when we're drinking a lot of caffeine and things like that, our skin doesn't know when it needs to rest. And in fact, in the nighttime, you're not getting good recovery. So including these microalgae just helps with that process. It reduces the stress within the skin, which I don't think anyone's ever really thought about before. So one of the main things that we talked about when we were formulating this was that we wanted a cream that you could put on at night, get that nice, soft, supple feeling, but that feeling continued to the morning.
Yeah, I mean, you definitely wake up and you feel your skin feels really, really soft, and you know it's worked.
Yeah, exactly. And you're getting the absorption of all those active ingredients, the retinols, all of that great stuff. At the same time, the skin barrier is being repaired. And you can see that the skin barrier the next day is so much better. And
also, you can actually see that you just look more radiant as well.
Yeah.
And you don't wake up looking dull.
And because you're reducing that sort of stress signals within the skin, etc., it's also helpful for that nighttime routine. It actually makes me feel like I'm going to sleep as well, which is really, really good because, hey, you know, when you're going to sleep, the last thing you want is something that is on your skin that's stopping you wanting to sleep. This actually helps you go to sleep, which I think is a really important point. So the other thing that we really talked about was when we were doing the skincare was obviously to always have a focus on probiotics as well, just to ensure that obviously bacteria is not gathering in the nighttime and you've got a good balance as well, which I think is really important, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, when we formulated it, I didn't actually realise you could get probiotics for the face. I always thought it was something that you'd ingest, and it obviously treats your gut.
Yeah, I mean, there was a couple of brands that really talked about pro and prebiotics, but and postbiotics as well. But I think it's just a nice inclusion just to make sure that this obviously optimizes skin health. And when you talk about who can use it, literally everyone can use it. So when we called it the recovery cream, it was just basically recovery from anything. So you can use this even in recovery for, even if you've got kind of burns, wounds, as a great ointment. We've used it on some of our children for like little nappy rashes and things like that as well. So it's a great recovery cream for pretty much everything. But the key thing over here is that it's got some sophisticated ingredients that will help with things like rosacea, to help reduce the inflammatory component with things like milk thistle, etc. You've also got some great anti-aging as well as anti-acne properties with the retinol that you've got in there as well. And then also it's going to help with things like pigmentation as well, just to reduce that kind of UV damage that you've got over the daytime as well. So you can pretty much, whatever skin type you have, you can use it. And that's one thing, like you sometimes like to use oils and stuff at night, right? When do you incorporate this cream into your routine?
Normally, I would generally use this before using my night oil.
Jojoba oil, you've got rice germ oil.
It's already
For me,
got
this is
oils.
pretty much enough. But I know you seek that
I just like
added
that extra moisture.
Yeah, and you know what, guys? Stay tuned because maybe we in the background we've been formulating a nighttime oil. But yes, I think if you're going to look at where you put it in your routine at night, you would cleanse, you'd put any serum that you have on, any kind of like concentrates, especially from the Dr. Somji Skin range. If you've got sensitive skin, you'd use the sensitive skin one, the anti-redness one. If you've got acne prone skin, you'd use the anti-acne one. And then you can layer this over the top. And that's how you use it.
And always remember, guys, I mean, you know, we always put it, most people put it on their face and their neck, and we always forget to add décolletage. And I think it's just as important to cover all 3 areas.
It's true, unless you've got, like, you know, hairy chest.
Well, for women, it's important to cover all 3 areas.
Absolutely. And yes, you can put it on any other area. So say, like we said, if you had a wound, you've got a post-surgical scar, this is fantastic. I
mean, I sometimes use it on my 3-month-old when she gets a bit of a rash.
Yeah.
And my boys who are 5 and 7. So
yeah, and your C-section scar as well, right? So it worked very, very well for that. So this is a fantastic all-round nighttime cream. It's got multiple benefits.
Yeah.
Yes, it can still be used in the day. So if you're having a little lazy day at home,
I use it in the daytime.
Your skin needs a little bit of extra help and extra moisture, this can be used as well. It's absolutely safe. All of the products are safe to use at both AM and PM, but generally people want a slightly thicker ingredient during the night time, and it fits that bill really, really well.
Yeah, it's literally your go-to product if you're having a bit of a rough day.
Yeah. So it's a nighttime recovery cream that essentially has got all the major actives in there. Also some really kind of like high-tech ingredients that stimulate collagen and elastin within the skin, as well as your own natural hyaluronic acid. Also, it's restorative. So it helps reverse some of the negative things that happen during the day. And it's a night recovery cream that also helps you get into the mood for sleep. So it's great for sleep hygiene at the same time as well.
Right, that's a wrap from us, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like and comment and subscribe. And please don't forget to press the bell button at the bottom if you want to be the first to know when we upload a new video.